Greetings, everyone. P. Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of Live Album Love. Alongside in the co-captain's chair, as always, Mr. Rick Bonte. What's going on, my friend?
I'm doing very well, my friend. Speaking of live, going to be see Dream Theater this Sunday again.
Again, that's right. Yeah,
Uh,
I got to wait a month still, but
yeah,
I'm going to the last show of the tour at Nassau Coliseum. But I am seeing Michael Schenker tomorrow.
well,
So
awesome, awesome. I
yes,
played tonight, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday is my night out. Um, just wanted to say, yeah, our last show with Dream Theater was Radio City Hall, and Mike was just doing an interview on Eddie Trunk, and he mentioned the Radio City Hall and Pompeii as one of the highlights of the tour. So I'm so glad that you and I witnessed something like that. Especially that was the only time they played that one song. What was it called again?
Oh,
The last, oh, sorry, for his dad. It's for his
yes.
dad.
God, I'm drawing a blank on the name.
Last time, sorry, it'll come to me. But anyway, just the fact that we got to see something never done live with him ever,
Yeah, it was.
any concert. So that was kind of cool. So anyway, I'm looking forward to hearing him do the whole album and the change of the season. And
Yep,
that's all appropriate because we're doing the letter of D right here.
that's right. That's right. So
So just a friendly reminder out there, as we do the live album Love on the letter D, we already did Deep Purple extensively because it's such a huge discography. And even then, we might have missed a few. It's such a big catalog, but definitely got one of the greatest things out there to show you not only what they did copyrighted, but bootleg stuff that is interesting that you want to check that out.
yeah, so no
Other than
Deep Purple
that,
today. No Deep Purple today, but go watch the earlier episode where we did a whole episode on Deep Purple live albums, and yeah, there's a ton of them. So we won't be going down Deep Purple Avenue today, but we do have lots of other bands to talk about.
yes, indeed.
So Rick, why don't you kick us off with your first? We'll start. I have all mine set up in alphabetical order, so
Yeah, me too.
you go first.
Mine goes Davis, but it's not Miles Davis. It's actually Thornetta Davis, the Queen of the Blues. I got to open up for her in my band called the Blues Side back in the day, and she's been getting all kinds of Detroit awards all the time about for her blues record. And this is a great album, and it's covered live at the Music Menu. And so yeah, I got her to sign it. We sang Stand By Me together on an encore, so it's kind of cool. It was really nice. The Queen of the Blues, Detroit Blues, that is.
There you go. There you go. And like I was talking to Rick off camera before we started, I have a ton of live jazz albums, in the jazz and fusion realm. And I so far in this series, I haven't picked any of them in any of my stuff because I think I'm going to save. So, like for instance, Miles Davis would have been today, right? I have a ton of live Miles stuff. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an episode of Talking Jazz, strictly talking about live albums in the jazz genre. So that's why I'm not picking them for any of these episodes, the jazz stuff. I'm mainly sticking to rock and prog and metal and stuff like that and pop, what have you. So cool.
Okay.
It's a good start. You have any more DAs?
No, go ahead, my friend.
Okay, I'll go to DE then. How about some death metal, right? The band Death live in LA. This is their classic live album. It's called Death and Raw. This was recorded, oh geez, what year did this come out? 2001, I believe this came out. So this is a classic album from the Death lineup, doing most of their more technical death metal stuff. It's great. It's really good, and it's the only live album they have in their catalog. So pick that one first. I'll stay on DE. Rick Derringer.
Oh,
Derringer One, the
nice.
Derringer Band. This is a great live album, folks. If you don't have this, this is that. So it's Rick Derringer on guitar and vocals, Kenny Aronson on bass and vocals, Danny Johnson guitar and vocals, and Vinny Appice on drums. The classic Derringer Band, ripping it up. This is like one of those live albums from the '70s, Rick, that I think should get talked about when you talk about like the great guitar live albums from the era, like Robin Trower and Pat Travers and
Hmm.
Peter Frampton and all that kind of stuff. This is really great. A smoking band, Johnny Winter, all those great guitar live albums. But again, it's another one of those should have been a double because there's only 8 songs on here. It's pretty short, but it's very, very good. So yeah, Rick Derringer, we miss him. He just passed away not all that.
Yes, I have the box set coming, and it includes that. See, I'm gonna just want to pull it up. It's I believe it's called um, the I forget it had both record companies all in one, and so it has his complete discography, and so included that live album. It's on its way, so I got that because I realized I never replaced his stuff on cassette that I had, and I had that live album, and I had the rock and roll hoochie coo very first the first album I believe it was. But I never got anything more, and then I heard you talk, and I went and ordered the whole thing
Yeah,
because
I
I
mean,
knew I like everything I heard.
that little era there of like the Rick Derringer solo stuff and the Derringer band is all really, really good. Especially the Derringer band stuff is really, really great. So you're probably getting Sweet Evil and All American Boy and
Yes,
all those all
yes.
coming in. Okay.
And all in order, like and they put it exactly in order, so that's cool.
Yeah, that should be good. That should be good.
I don't like when I get anthology when they mix it all up. I like it when they go in the order of the years, so that's impressive.
Cool.
My next thing is Derek Domino's live at a Fillmore.
Oh yeah, I forgot to pull that. Yes, good.
Yeah, I
Good.
know you talked about it in our last show when we talked about Eric Clapton, so it reminded me. It's a double album. You can see how old this is. Got the old the way they do the double album back in the day. But yeah, this was really good, and because not only he performed what he did on that record, but they threw some song from like Let It Rain and Crossroads from Cream, a little bit of an anthology. But that was pretty pretty good record, and I think I sometimes I go through this one instead of the album. I sometimes they pull this out.
You know what it's
Uh,
missing though? It's missing Dwayne
Layla.
Allman. It's missing Dwayne Allman.
Oh yeah, for sure, no doubt. But yeah, no doubt.
A lot of soloing on that live album. It's just a
Yeah,
lot of rambling jams, boy. It's like, well, it's like he was pretty messed up around that
yeah.
times.
They're missing Layla though. That's the
Yeah, it's
song
that.
that put him on the map.
Yeah.
So what else you got, pal?
I guess should we move on to DI, I guess? You have any more DEs?
Yeah, go ahead, buddy. Oh, I
Yeah.
got DeYoung. Forgot that.
Oh,
Dennis
there you go.
DeYoung.
Cool. Oh, yeah, that's
He's
a
just
good.
the all music of Stick Live Symphony Orchestra. And what a fantastic double CD. Um, his voice is immaculate shape. It's like sounds just like the record. You wouldn't know. You would think he was drinking out of the fountain of the youth. His voice is so strong. And I'll give you a quick road down, but this is definitely Dennis DeYoung sticks, right? Because it's Grand Illusion, Lazy, Light Up, Babe, of course, Show Me the Way, Castle Walls, Don't Let It End, Hello God, Mr. Roboto, Rockin' the Paradise. They have The Black Wall, Dead Mood from his solo stuff, Sweet Madam Blue, Best of Time, Come Sail Away, stuff like that. So it's really done well. But with an orchestra, it's really powerful.
Yeah,
And sometimes, like I told you, it lighten things up, but it actually makes it stronger.
that's really good. And I have another one too. I totally forgot to pull it. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's sitting up there. Another live album of him playing mostly stick stuff, plus with some Dennis DeYoung solo favorites. So
Is it orchestra too?
none on the one that I have. No.
Oh no, then I should get that one
Yeah.
myself. Okay, we can go DI now, buddy.
Okay, your camera is freak. I don't know if you notice your camera every time you're looking down to see your camera is like zooming in and out and moving
Okay,
left.
no
It's very
problem.
bizarre. It's like it's got a life of its own. I'm like, what is going on over there? It's like, all right, so let's go to DI for. Hold on. Actually, first Jeez, it's like, I thought I had these in order. I guess not. Well, let's see. Dio, live at Donington. So this is
Yes,
1983, 1987.
great, eh?
Very cool stuff. Yeah, of
I love it because you
course.
got, two era of his band, the 83 and 87.
Right,
And
you got the Vivian era, and then you got the God, Greg Goldie. Two different guitar players, two different tours. So yeah, very cool. This is very, very good. I
I
remember when
like it
this
a
came out.
lot.
This is not all that left. I was gonna say not all that long ago. This is 15 years ago. This came out already. But this is kind of like the live album I think everybody was looking for because back in the day, all we ever had was that live EP, which is okay for what it was. But it's like, it would have been nice to have a really cool, like double live album from Dio back in the day. Now we got it
Yeah,
all.
no doubt. I
How
had the
about
VHS live concert of Dio at the Hammersmith, I think it is, but forget. But that was pretty good.
how about some Dire Straits?
All right.
So there's first we've got Alchemy, parts one and part two. If you're a Dire Straits fan, they were really good live, a really good band, and they do stretch out quite a bit. They play a lot of the epic tracks on here. You got amazing versions of like Private Investigations and Sultans of Swing and Tunnel of Love and Telegraph Road. I mean, just awesome, awesome stuff with some great guitar playing from Mark Knopfler. And then they did the Live on the Night also, which it's the latter part of their career, but it still has, Romeo and Juliet, Heavy Fuel is on here, Walk of Life, Private Investigations, Brothers in Arms, Money for Nothing. So it's like I think if you're a Dire Straits fan, you got to have both because this is the early part, this is the latter part of the career.
That's
Really
great.
good stuff. For really great band that we don't really talk about enough on this channel, but
I know we don't. I mean, I got like the first five albums or whatever, but I never got the live. I do have them live on a network uh, DVD package and audio with Robert Plant on it, Paul McCartney, Pink Floyd, Elton John, and they do a good set, and they share the same band. Mark doing some Dire Straits stuff with Eric Clapton doing some of his stuff. They're all playing in the same band. In Elton John too. It's really good, but I would love to get. I gotta correct that. I gotta get a Dire Straight live album, so I
yeah.
know where to go now. Next
I
for
would
me,
say my
oh,
favorite is Alchemy. I think Alchemy is the better of the two, but On the Night's really good as well. So they're
right on.
both worth having. I have
Now,
more
this,
DI if you don't, or what
yeah,
do
I
you?
got next one in Dirty is Dirty Honey. This is the band that Butch Jones got me into. Yeah, you're right. This laptop is moving on me.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was they only have two albums, and they're really a cool band to watch live. So they made it available. Yeah, I noticed that. You're right.
What is
Camera's
going
moving on me.
on?
So anyway, so yeah, it's like my room. I'm in a spinning room. But this band is really cool live, and you're always wondering if this vocalist can do what he does live, and he does it really well. So, and there's a couple of tunes that they had an acoustic version that was out as a hit, and they made it with electric. So it's kind of cool to get this live album called Mayhem Reveille, I think it's called. So yeah, it's weird why it's doing that. How did I have that?
Is it the computer itself or is it the camera? It's almost like the camera's zooming in and out.
Yeah,
Right. It's
I'm
like
gonna check that out right now while we're talking. Go ahead, my friend.
all right. So I'm gonna
Oh,
stay
I
on.
got it.
You got it. There you
It was
go.
auto frame by frame to move for
That'll
me
do
by
it.
swinging chair. That's what happened. So, anyways, apologize for that.
Following you around.
I'll be careful more next time. But anyways, great, and thank Butch Jones for turning me on a new band.
There you go. There you go. All right. So my last of DI is the Dixie Dregs.
Me too.
So Night of the Living Dregs, which is not a full live album. It's like
No,
half
it isn't,
live.
but half of it.
Yeah, half of it's live from the Montreux Jazz Festival, half is studio, but it's amazing. This is early Dregs, great Dregs, really, really good.
Great band, eh? I
Yeah,
loved
and
it.
that is the kind of what a lot of people call the classic lineup. So that's Steve Morse, Andy West, Alan Sloan, Mark Parrish, and Rod Morgenstein. So, some people, Mark Parrish, you may say T. Lavitz is their classic keyboard player. So it all depends on, what you think there. But yeah, amazing, amazing band. And some classic tracks on here. Punk Sandwich is on here. Uh, The Bash is on here. Leprechaun Promenade. Great stuff. Again, what do
Uh,
you call the Dregs, right? It's like, it's not quite jazz, not quite fusion. It's not quite rock. It's not quite country or bluegrass. It's progressive
It,
rock, sort
it's
of.
a stewing pot of all those things. It
Yeah,
really
it's
is.
just, it's
Yeah,
such
it's
a
such a
unique thing.
complex band.
Yeah.
Great
So they had
choice.
two other live albums, a full live album. So this one came out in 1992 on Capricorn Records, Bring 'Em Back Alive. Amazing. So this is when I believe this has Dave LaRue on bass on this. Yeah, so this is Dave LaRue, Alan Sloan, Rod Morgenstein, and T. Lavitz. This is really good. I remember how psyched I was when this came out. So this has like Road Expense, Assembly Line, Holiday, Country House Shuffle, Cashmere. They do Cashmere.
Wow.
See from the What If album, Cat Food, Hereafter, Medley, which has Take It Off the Top, Divided We Stand, Blood Sucking Leeches, and Cruise Control. Rocking.
That sounds great. I like What If album. I
Oh
really
yeah.
like it.
And then they did one more live album. This one came out in 1999, I believe. This is called California Screamin' live from LA. And here you have Jerry Goodman joins up on violin from Mahavishnu Orchestra. Alan Sloan appears on here as well. You have Dave LaRue and Andy West, T. Lavitz, Rod Morgenstein, Steve Morse, and Dweezil Zapp even shows up on one track because they do Peaches and Regalia.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, this is great. So this has Dixie the Great Spectacular, I and I, Sleeveless in Seattle, What If, Jessica, by the Allman Brothers, Refried Funky Chicken, Night Meets Light, The Bash, Aftershock, Freefall, Peaches and Regalia, and Wages of Weirdness. So really, if you're a Dregs fan, you need all three of these because there's really different songs on them.
Yeah.
So
And
really,
now, what year was that last one?
came out in 1999, I believe.
But that the performance is
Yeah,
what?
so it's August 26th to 29, 1999 at the Roxy.
Cool.
Yeah,
I
it's
gotta
quite
check that
good.
out.
Maybe, you know what? It was released in 2000 on Zebra Records, but it was recorded in August of 99. But yeah,
Oh,
really, really good stuff.
that sounds great.
All right.
So for me, it's going to the
Yeah,
DOK,
same. Same
Dokken,
here.
Dokken live into the live from the sun, and it's a CD and DVD you can get. I got them both. Pretty good. I mean, this is like, later in the years, but this was done like in 1999 as well. Um, and so, a few years under the belt, they're more seasoned at this point. But yeah, because they're not in big arenas, they're in theaters, so this is like a theater show.
I got two Dockins. I don't have that one. I have Live from Conception 1981. So this is very early on. Really early
Wow.
Dockins. So this is mostly stuff off the first album.
Is
So
that a
it's Breaking the
bootleg?
Chains and no, this came out on Rhino.
Oh, cool. Right
Yeah,
on.
this is
That's great.
I don't know what year this came out. 2007? I don't know. So I can't even read it. It's so tiny. What does this say?
But 1981,
2007. Yeah, so
so
this was
1981, is it all original or they have covers at that time?
it's they do Paris is Burning, Going Down in the Middle, Young Girls, Hit and Run, Knight Rider, Guitar Solo, Live to Rock, Breaking the Chains, and Liar.
Oh, that's all
Well,
theirs.
it's all their stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Very early on, so I have that. And then of course I have the classic live album from what year was this? Beast from the East, which is a really good live album from them. So that's this one right here. And this is they released this live album shortly before they kind of broke up for a few years. So this, of course, this was what 1980. I don't know what year this was, 1988, something like that. So
Yeah, that'd be right.
this, of course, has Mr. Scary on it, which is the only place you can get that instrumental. But it's got all their big hits on it: Unchain the Night, Tooth and Nail, Dream Warrior, Kiss of Death, Into the Fire, It's Not Love, Alone Again, Just Got Lucky, Breaking the Chains, In My Dreams. It's all on there.
That's
It's
a
a great
great
live
set
album.
list.
Yeah, really, really great live album. Uh, Continue on with D.O. They should have
Yes,
one.
sir. I have Doobies next.
That's right.
Okay, so the Doobies, I have this live at the Greek Theater in 1982. It's basically the goodbye tour back in the day, and there's also bonus tracks of this interview with the band when you get the remaster version, and you get the actual concert DVD with it. So really good package to get. 1982, but I gotta say, I think they sound a little better years later. Good technology is your friend. By the
They sound a little tired on that one.
Yes, they do, and then and being the last day, the last performance, they've probably been started sipping in the drinks a little earlier than the party started. I don't know, but yeah, they're kind of at the end. But you could tell it was bittersweet. They were enjoying the show, but they knew it was coming to an end. So it's almost you can see it in their face that they don't want it to end, and then we know the story that it doesn't. But anyway, it's just good to get that history of this lineup, and they bring past members that have left the band to come up and perform. So it's kind of like a good send off when they thought it was the end.
Yeah.
So I think they did it right that way. If you were gonna say goodbye, this is the way to do it. But I'm glad it's not the end of the story.
Yep. Yep. Because there's more to come, right? So, but before
That's
we go a little
absolutely
fast forward, I picked this up. This is a bootleg. This is Doobie Brothers live in 1975.
nice.
King Biscuit Flower Hour, killer.
I gotta get
All
that.
right, you do. Here's the set list. Jesus is Just All Right, Rocking Down the Highway, Road Angel, South City Midnight Lady, Eyes of Silver, Blackwater, Long Train Running, China Grove, and Without You.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, really good. But then to kind of move forward a little bit, so yes, as Rick said, they became once they got back together, they became a well-oiled machine live, and so I have the Wolf Trap from 2004, live at Wolf Trap. This is really great. Again, Rocking Down the Highway, Jesus is Just All Right, Dangerous, Another Park, Another Sunday, Steamer Lane Breakdown, South City Midnight Lady, Snake Man, Five Corners, Rainy Day, Crossroad Blues, Clear as a Driven Snow, killer, great song.
I love
Don't
that.
Start Me Talking, Take Me in Your Arms, little bitty pretty one. Blackwater, Long Train Running, China Grove, and Listen to the Music. So this is, again, early 2000s, really great. Then there's this one, which was released. God, what year has this come out? Well, this is a little, sorry, I should have done this one first. This is from 1996. This is
Yes.
Doobie Brothers Rocking Down the Highway.
Yes, I was gonna
I
say
love
that's the one I was gonna put that. But yeah, that's a good concert.
So here's, you can see Michael McDonald is part of this. So you
Yep.
got basically, that really good. Again, two disc set. Also looks like on DVD.
What a dream team to have the best vocalists of all the Doobie Brothers guys on that lineup, right?
Yeah, I
All the
mean, it's like
famous
you got to have
voices.
all three of them, right? It's
Yes, absolutely, pal.
yeah. And then from this came out in 2019. This is really great, and I wish I would have got to see this live in the city because it was from the Beacon Theater. So this was the Doobie Brothers live from the Beacon. Yeah,
Go ahead,
one
tell them
night,
it's
two
two
albums, Blue
albums.
Street and The Captain and Me, which is
Yeah, I mean, entirely in the right order and everything.
yeah,
And then they do an encore, which is great stuff too, right? That wasn't, but what a great show, eh? The sound, the quality. I mean, honestly, I sometimes throw this on instead of the studio album just because I love the way I get two albums in one like that for a
yeah.
car ride. It's awesome.
It's
Yeah, I
quite
think
good.
it's
So it's funny
fun.
how because I saw Styx do Grand Illusion and Pieces of Eight all in one night. I don't think I've ever seen another band do two straight albums all in one night. So I would have loved to have seen this. I don't know how I missed this because it was this, I had every opportunity to go. This was before COVID. It was in the Beacon Theater. I've seen tons of shows at the Beacon Theater, but yeah, but you get it on disc and on DVD, which is great and excellent stuff.
Yeah, well, you may have missed it, but we relived it by
Oh
having
yeah,
it.
it's here, So yeah.
You
I
got
remember
it.
when I
So
first got this, I was like watching, I'm like, oh, this is so good. I wish I was
I
there.
know, I know, and what a great job. I mean, that album, those albums are so good, and to duplicate that live was incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of work in there involved. So let's say Dio. So let's say the Doors.
Yep.
So I'm gonna try to go in order of the release, not release, but the concert performance. Remember we talked about this one live at the Matrix. It's a '67.
Yep.
Um, it's a triple album, and this is when they basically have the first album in the can or just released. I'm not sure, but it's that early. It's 1967, where they're basically, um, you know, playing these songs for the first time live around this time. It's like a club show, right? They play one set and then go off and come out and let another set. So pretty interesting. I like it. Um, so I hope I got them in the right order, but there's a few couple of good um, one. The Live in Vancouver, 1970. Pittsburgh, 1970. These are all great. I don't know album, what came first for what. But what's great about all these records I've been getting is that it features a lot of live songs that I didn't get in before. We had this one for the longest time, right? The Doors, Double Live. That was a famous one. And it got, the entire celebration of the lizard, which is
Oh yeah.
very rare to have. And there's some great covers and some great stuff here. So this is a must if you're a collector. But
And
later
this
on,
is basically a Live She Cried on steroids, right? With all
yes, and Gloria, a few albums all put together, and they made it a lot extensive for that time. But then they went to the vault and get complete performances. So like this one's a double album, which called Live in Vancouver 1970, and Nicky with the Albert King comes up and joined them on stage, and so that was a special treat. They do Little Red Rooster, Money, Rock Me, and Who Do You Love with them, and so that's what the feature. Many of the songs are pretty much the same, but they change it all the time. The order is never the same. Like Live in Pittsburgh in 1970, again a different running order, but some of the similar songs. But what's cool to get here that you don't get in other songs like Love Hide, The Mystery Train, Away in India, a song that never been released. Universal Mind, which kind of cool to have someday soon. But then the usual suspect, like When the Music Over, Break On Through, Backdoor Man, 5 to 1. That's been a pretty much a regular staple. Close to You, and then of course, Light My Fire is always the way to close
Oh yeah.
most of the shows, if not the end. No. What else I got? I got the live Hollywood Bowl.
Oh yeah.
That's important if you want to get the complete show. Paul McCartney was at that show, and he dropped an tab of acid, and it started hitting him right in the second part of the medley, and that's why he took his time with the song. This one is live at right 1970,
Oh yeah.
a
That's cool.
complete show, and
Jim is
so
like so like looking low key during that whole thing. He's got the beard and he's like really,
yeah.
but still, it's a good performance, I think.
Well, because if you recall, he just had that scandal in August, and he has an arrest out there in the USA, and he not in a good place. I can imagine with all that attention, getting all this negative press. So yeah, I don't think his heart was in it. Just following the gig, maybe.
Yeah.
But I listened to it. But another good bootleg I got, I don't have it here, is live at the Cobo Hall. And I learned that some of that sound are here. There's a
Oh
couple
really?
performers that came from that, but I got the entire Cobo Hall, Detroit, which is a big deal because that's the famous live Kiss album was recorded there. And so the idea to get the Doors and that rare performance is great. What you got there?
Live in Detroit at Cobo Hall,
Oh, wow. I
May
got the
8th,
bootleg. That's
1970.
awesome.
Yep, Cobo Arena, 1970, May
I
8th.
gotta get it. I didn't
This
know they
was
made it in a physical product.
this was a record store release from Electra Rhino last year, so I paid like a
Oh,
lot of money for this.
that's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, there's a lot of vinyl in here, so yeah, I mean it's got tons and tons of stuff. I mean here you can see
That's
the track
amazing.
listing, it's kind of small, but yeah, this is a very cool set. You know,
That available on CD?
I don't believe so. I think this was a vinyl only release, but
Oh, no wonder why I don't
yeah,
got
it's
it.
very cool. It's I think I've showed this
Oh,
before.
look at that.
Yeah,
That's a collector's
that's why I had to get it.
automatically.
Yeah, it's like I said, it was expensive, Rick, but it's like four vinyls in here, and yeah, it's good stuff. And it sounds really good. So yeah,
Wow, and you're not really a vinyl guy.
no, I don't really buy much. Like I said, I have a turntable. I don't really buy much vinyl, but I figured I should buy this. So like I said, I spent a pretty
No doubt.
yeah
I would have.
yeah, it's quite
That's
good.
a great cover too.
Yeah, look at the back, right? It's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so
That's
worth getting.
great.
Will
So
they
how many
release it?
albums in total?
Four.
Four. Okay.
Yeah. Well, will they release it on CD at some point? I have no idea. They should.
Yeah.
But yeah, in fact, side H is all the end. It's like a big epic long, and this side E is all Light My Fire and extended Light My Fire. They do a whole When the Music's Over extended version. It's yeah.
That's wild.
Rick is like, I gotta get that. Do you
Well,
have a
I'm just looking
turntable?
forward to it because
Do you have a
mine's a
turntable?
tape recorder.
Do you have a tape? You don't have a turntable?
No, I do. I do. I do. Like I said, I replace everything so I don't have to use my turntable anymore. So, okay, that's it for the doors. And other than, like I said, I have some live concert footage, but yeah. So moving on, I'm into Dream Theater
That's
mode.
all I got left. Yep. So
Me
that's it.
too, Val. Okay, so I think the earliest stuff of recorded stuff would be live at the Marquise, maybe.
Yep.
I think that might be the earliest because it's 1993 live Marquise Club in London, which is legendary. I've been in that theater, and there's also a DVD package where you can get that performance. Plus, when they put out the Once in a Lifetime, um, they have both of those performances on the DVD. It's hard to find. I had to chase the world for this. Got it on eBay, my friend. Not brand new, unfortunately, but it's still major good condition. But let me really quickly with this. This is basically the first really promoting the second record.
Yeah.
And Pull Me
Absolutely.
Under is obviously the core, but they have songs from the first album, like another the Killing Hand, A Fortune in Lies. So you got the first two albums is representative.
Yeah, you get to hear James sing all that stuff. Most people consider that the greatest Dream Theater live album because it's that early part of that early tour with that lineup, right? James
Exactly.
and it's still
Now
has
this one was with Derek, right?
actually on
Shreddy,
this one. Yep.
and he was thinking they were making the greatest live album in history. What a great set list to have. And I love the way they go in from one song to the next a sequel, and even got some cool jams that they did with the Liquid Tension Experiment, like um, what's that one? Puppies on Acid and stuff like that. But for the most part, this is the best of what they had at that time, right?
It's got a change of seasons on it. They do Peruvian Skies on here. I mean, there's a lot of the whole medley at the end with the bunch of things from
Yeah.
Images and Words, and yeah, this is
Great version of songs like Caught in
quite
the
good.
Web.
Yeah, this is a very good live album.
Yeah, Caught in
I
the
mean,
Web for all years.
I saw this lineup live a number of times,
You
so
did, eh?
yeah.
That's
In fact,
wild.
I don't know if I ever told you this. I saw Derek's last performance with the band.
Really? No, you
It
didn't.
was at the Chance. It was at the Chance.
Wow.
It was like right before Christmas, and that was his last show with the band. I was at that at the Chance.
I
It was,
wish I'd seen Derek in that.
yeah.
Yeah, because he's on my songs. I would have loved to see him in one of my favorite bands of all time. Yeah, wow, that's cool. And so, what was the theater? Where were they at? Like, was it Radio City Hall, or when you saw his last show?
Oh, it was at the Chance.
Oh, the Chance. You mean the Chance Theater that I played at the Seek? Oh, wow.
Well,
That's wild.
the regular Chance,
Yeah,
not
the
the
yeah,
rock.
the other room.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Cool.
I saw them at the Chance many times, like early on, before they started getting a little bit bigger, right? But they would play the Chance quite often.
Oh, cool. Right on. That was great when I had a chance to, for people who don't know what we're talking about, Sequanquility had a very first festival there. And we had Pat Travers, Vanilla Fudge, and Nectar, and all of us were there. And we had quite a few people, and I got to play and hang out with those guys because of that show. It was awesome. I think the next one I have is a 1996 show that they called Old Bridge, New Jersey, 1996. These are the series that they leave releasing later on the COVID period of live performances, and I try to get the different tours if I can. And this one was great because change of the season part one and two, and then they do the mirror, the live, burning my soul.
Oh yeah.
Great version of that. Just let me breathe, caught in the web, pull me under, of course, lines in the sand, take away my pain, change of season part four, and then they do that learn to live. Great, very similar to the other show, but great performance.
Do another one. I'm gonna go grab because Mike sent me a whole box full of stuff that
Oh,
I
please
can't get on.
do. Let's
So, well,
share.
do another one and I'll go
All
grab some.
right, yeah. All right. So we know the famous um, scenes from a memory. This is the live concert of New York, and was my gateway to the Dream Theater in a bigger way. Like I've heard a few songs. I got the one album before this, and it was pretty impressive. But I grabbed this live album DVD as a chance to see what this band was like. And I watched it and I became an instant fan. And so I didn't know, but not only this cool DVD, but they took me years to find this, but I got the actual soundtrack of the live concert scene from New York doing this whole show. Um, and the extra stuff that you didn't get is on here. Very good. Were you at this show?
Yes. Oh no, no. They played two shows at the forgetting the name of the venue.
The ballroom, Roseland.
Roseland Ballroom. They played two
Yeah.
shows at Roseland within a couple months from each other. I was at the first one. That was the
Ah, okay.
Um, all right, so I've got, like I said, a ton of stuff here. So here they released, I believe through the fan club, these official bootleg, Dream Theater official bootlegs of them
Mm-hmm.
doing like whole albums, like cover albums. So here is Dream Theater doing all of Master of Puppets by
Nice.
Metallica, which I actually saw. I'm not sure where this one was recorded at, but I actually saw them do that at the Beacon Theater, the entire album. Here's them doing Hemispheres, or actually they're doing Rush in general in Chicago. So they do 2112, Cygnus X1, and Hemisphere. Both Cygnuses are live here, and a drum solo. Here's them doing the entire Dream Theater Made in Japan album.
How is it, buddy? Is it?
It's good. Yeah, it's good. It's fun. It's fun.
It's good. Cool.
And here's them doing the entire Tommy album, and basically,
Amazing.
yeah, they do it kind of like Live at Leeds, which is, and a bunch of other Who things. And here is them doing all sorts of covers. So they do Death on Two Legs by Queen, Heart of the Sunrise by Yes, Heaven and Hell by Black Sabbath, Paradox by Kansas, Mother, Father by uh Journey, Machine Messiah by Yes, Since I've Been Loving You by Led Zeppelin, Diary of a Madman by Ozzy, Cemetery Gates by
Wow.
Pantera, and Won't Get Fooled Again by The Who. Very cool. And then, and I purposely haven't opened this because I kind of want to keep it wrapped, but this is the original live scenes from New York with the original cover with the burning New York City with the burning. Again,
Nice.
they did this before 9/11 happened. So
Yeah, so it would probably inappropriate. Yeah,
yeah, so I've left that wrapped. And what
that's
else? He
good to
sent me.
do.
Oh wait, hold on.
I
There's
envy
more.
you. I love what you got. That's amazing.
So here's them doing all of the Number of the Beast, which is
They
very
did
cool.
Invaders. Iron Maiden never even did Invaders.
I know, right? What else? And then there's a lot of he sent me like some Sons of Apollo stuff, some Neil Morris band stuff, some Liquid.
Oh man, I
He
that's
sent me
awesome.
a whole box full of stuff. Yeah, and then there's more, but yeah, these are really the cool ones. So yeah, there's loads and loads of Dream Theater stuff.
Wow. Well, put my name in the will for that. You were just talking about that the other day. You don't know what to do. Well, I take your Dream Theater stuff.
There you go. There's
We
lots
don't
of
want
stuff.
you to go anytime soon, so no, it's okay. I'll get it by them. Yes, I've got this first, and then I know they had it on here, so I had to get them both. That's a great
Yeah,
show.
the record label sent me these, and again, they're just in these little sleeves. I've often thought about just getting the official thing, but it's like
Yeah, it's a pretty cool package,
yeah.
actually. I really impressed. One of the things too, you gotta mention, every time Dream Theater does anything, you don't get no cheap, simplified. It's always complex, always so much they can, if they can go the extra mile, they will, and they do very well. I really enjoyed this show a lot.
It's a good one. Yeah, it's a good one.
And especially when you get the disc two bonus material, there's a whole documentary of the tour and the scenes behind the scenes, and I enjoy that. I enjoy that a lot. Next I have is the one you saw. Wasn't it this one? Here he goes.
I was
Why
there.
don't you tell us a little bit about that night? Because this is like an anniversary, 20 years anniversary tour for them.
Yes, so this was their first time playing Radio City Music Hall, and they sold it out very, very quickly. Of course, Radio City or any New York show is like a homecoming show for them, even though they're all of them, with the exception of James, are from Long Island, and this is New York City. But yeah, this was a big deal when they headlined and sold this out. It was a 20-year anniversary. They played all of the Octavarium, which is great. Really great set list. It was an amazing experience, and it was just kind of cool for me because I got to see, like, within a couple of years from each other, I got to see like Heaven and Hell, the Black Sabbath show with Dio, at Radio City. I was there and they recorded that, and then I went to this show and I was there and they recorded that. So that was really really cool. I guess Radio City is a cool place to film shows, I guess, or I don't know. There's something about that venue. I guess it's so historic. But yeah,
Well, I was there
yeah,
with you, and the acoustic was an amazing
yeah, it's a pretty
sonically.
magical place. Yeah.
It really is, and it's warm, right? So I think plus the way the red and black and everything, think it's great to capture films in there.
And then you
Now,
could see the orchestra, which was pretty amazing, right?
that's what I was just gonna ask you. How was that? How did because I know what the band sounded like with because I was there, but with the orchestra, that must have been like
It was
amazing.
really good. And the good thing is that they didn't have the orchestra throughout the whole
No,
night. It was basically during the second half. So basically the first half of the show was you got just Dream Theater playing. So The Root of All Evil, I Walk Beside You, Another Man, Afterlife, Under a Glass Moon, Innocence Faded, Raise the Knife, The Spirit Carries On. Then they took a break and they set the orchestra up. And then they did 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence, Vacant, The Answer Lies Within, Sacrifice Son. Then they played the whole Octavarian suite and Metropolis. So it was very, very cool. Very cool.
that's awesome. I'm
That's like
glad that
something you
you
do
witnessed that.
once in a lifetime, right? You don't do the whole orchestra thing all the time. And I think that they're probably really happy they did it. But it's not something that they've gone. Have they ever done it again? I don't think they have, to my
That's
knowledge.
right. And how many people celebrate 20 years? I mean, some people don't get that far, so that was a reason to celebrate.
Yep, yeah, for
In
sure.
order of the concert, Chaos in Motion 2007 2008.
Oh yeah.
It's just a real good CD DVD combo. Whoa, coming undone on me. That's one of the things about they put a fifth one in there. It makes it hard. So the total five CDs in here, two CDs and DVDs, two DVDs and three CDs. That's basically it. Great performance and then all the behind the scenes and stuff like that of preparation for the show is pretty wild. But that's the last one I have with featuring Mike Portnoy. Next would be without him, and that's
Yep.
a yeah. This is live at Luna Park, right?
No, yours is kind of like, is yours gray? Mine's blue.
Mine gray, and it has a CD, DVD inside the whole cut package. You
Oh,
too?
that's probably why. Mine's Blu-ray. Okay. Blue,
Oh, there it
blue
is.
for
You got
blue, blue
slightly
for Blu-ray.
blue.
There we go.
Ah,
Okay.
that's it. That's true. Mine is in a Blu-ray. There we go. That's pretty clever, giving a slight tint that way
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
they're
This is
always
pretty good
thinking
too. It's like there's a lot of discs in this too. I mean, this is like
it's
just
great.
unraveling this. I'm like, God, that's a lot.
This was a great performance. I gotta tell you,
Yeah, it is. It is.
it's a great concert, great sound live, and the audience is just amazingly receptive. The next one comes is the breaking the fourth wall, where they have Act One and Act Two, and basically this is where they're promoting the Dream Theater album, right? The self-titled record, I believe. And so I really enjoyed that. It was my first show. Actually, this concert right here, and I went to Massey Hall in Toronto to see him with my son's very first concert. I took him along and saw Dream Theater, and we're fans. And this was a really good show. And when I got this, my son and I felt like we watched that the Toronto show. It was like it brought all the memory because it's the exact same set list. And so this was, I think, it was live in Boston, if I'm correct. Yeah, Boston Opera House. And then I have a 2019 concert live in Berlin, and this is where they're promoting um, the uh, the album with the Barstool Warrior.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm having it's early in the morning for me. Um, I'm sorry, Pale Blue Dot. Oh my gosh,
distance before time or whatever it's called.
Distant Overtime.
Distance over time. Yeah.
That's right. And then the last thing I have, we know there's another one coming out. They filmed the show when they have Mike back, I believe at the O2 or whether it's the France one, but they have filmed in the can of the show. They're celebrating 40 years. So this will continue, but the last thing we have after today's date is Distant Memory live in London. And basically, they come up with playing a little bit of their latest stuff, and then they go into the anniversary of the Scene from Memory and play that an entirely show. So it's kind of like two concerts in one, right? You got the whole album, and then they put some stuff in front and some stuff at the back of it. So it's a pretty good show. But that's the last thing that's available physically, but we know it's not the last thing they're gonna do. I'm sure they'll probably even put out the tour that we're about to see now, knowing that they're playing the whole album in its entirely. I can
Yeah,
imagine that'll be featured too.
he
So
doesn't.
don't be surprised if 2026 we have a live album from Dream Theater with a DVD, Blu-ray, of course, opportunity of the reunion of Portnoy back at Dream Theater.
Well, folks will see it later today on the Professor's Picks, but there is a new Dream Theater pre-order that's going up, just starting, I think, right now. So there is going to be a new
Okay.
album, I think, in November or something like that.
Do they
Yeah.
have a title already?
I don't remember. Wait, hold on. I probably do. Yeah, hold on. Let
Yeah,
me.
that'd be cool.
Yeah,
For those out there, we could be one of the first to get it.
Yeah, bear with me a second, Rick. Let me pull that up because I do have the list of everything that Ken sent me yesterday. Let's see here.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do a documentary of all those spots that they talked about when he was on. The fact that he played at Pompeii, the fact that he played at the
Yeah,
O2,
how cool is that, right? That's
and where Led Zeppelin did the Celebration Day concert, and he also played at Radio City Hall, bringing that song dedicated for his dad and all the moments. I wouldn't be surprised if we would have some um, a, a little bit of that.
so it's called Dream Theater Quarantiem live in Paris. Three CD, three Blu-ray set, also a two CD, two Blu-ray set, four LP Fruit Punch vinyl, four LP Orange vinyl. Drops November 28th. So it's pretty good.
Okay.
So
All right, so we're gonna get it this year. That's awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Well, thank
you know it wasn't going to be too much longer, right? Because to get another live thing from them, so it's yeah,
well, that's a wrap for me and the D's.
that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got.
Okay,
We'll
so
be back. As Rick and I were talking earlier, we'll probably for the next episode combine like E and F. We'll take a look, so we'll speed things up a little bit. Depends on like how many we have, right? So yeah, so we'll be bringing that back in a couple of weeks. And Rick, and what's going on? Live shows and things, recordings, anything like that happening with you?
yeah, I'm just I will be releasing that Hang On tune that had Lewis and Jimbaki on. I'm gonna schedule a date just fall so it's out there. We have a couple new great tunes. I can't wait. In fact, as soon as I'm done, I'm gonna give you a sneak peek. I'm trying to decide whether I release singles and then when I get enough, make an album, or keep some of this handful of these songs and wait for the album. I have to wait because it seems like that's just the way the society works. But I got 30,000 K on my Born Ready alone already, not a full year yet. So it's kind of nice that people out there are adding it to the playlist, and I appreciate the support out there. And it doesn't don't I don't take it lightly. I don't take it for granted. I know this networking have really helped brought out my music in places that I know I never would be there. And if you want to check out more stuff, I would do start. I have ricklabonte.com, but I have started a YouTube channel where some videos that could be coming out. And pretty soon I'll have the making of some of my songs as I release it. So it's yeah, a lot of good stuff happening. Playing at the casinos in a couple weeks and got more dates. And we're already starting to book for 2026. So the band of brothers that's having fun and we're doing really well. We also got, I'd like you, I'm a late boomer when it comes to Instagram. I'm always been a, YouTuber and a Facebooker. But so I have an Instagram account. So if you want to look me up. And the Band of Brothers have their own Facebook page now too, as well. Rick Labonte and the Band of Brothers.
Speaking of Instagram, we are closing in on 1,000 followers on Instagram. We just need a little bit more. So for folks, if you're watching and you have Instagram, you use Instagram, but you haven't yet started following us over there, please do. I'd like to get to that 1,000 sooner rather than later. We've gotten there pretty quick. So, but
That's awesome.
I like to hit these milestones. I just did our 100th post on Instagram just the other day, and I'd like to hit 1,000 followers. So yeah. So if you are on Instagram, come find us. It's Pete Pardo, SOT, I believe is what it is. And,
Cool.
you know, lots of fun stuff being posted over there. So anyway, stay tuned for another episode of Live Album Love in just a couple of weeks. Till then, visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram all the damn time. Stay
All the
tuned
damn time.
for the Professor's Picks in a couple hours. Tonight, we've got 4 Fusion Song Battle. Tomorrow, we have the UK Connection and 3 Ranking the Album shows on Sunday. So till then, enjoy your weekend, everybody. For Rick Bonte, I'm Pete Pardo. Take care. Bye bye.
Take care.